So welcome to Blaze World. We've got David Clements with us today. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
No, I'm really excited about this because it's an exciting year with the changes and obviously your testimonial season. But before we get into all that, I want to get into, I know it's a crap situation, but we need to talk about the weekend.
Yep.
How are you feeling after that weekend we've just had?
Well, obviously disappointed with two results that that didn't go our way. But Saturday we're in a game, and third period we have a few minutes span there that really lets us down, and then it's too much to crawl back after that. So we came in on Sunday and had a refocused and wanted to put things right. And again, first period, 3 bad mistakes lead to pucks going in our net. And we've done it before at the start of the year where we fight back from being down and can win those games. But we maybe put a lot of energy into that second period, and then again a few mistakes lead to the back of our net. And at this point in the season, I think we need to we need to kind of understand where we're at and how to manage games. And if we want to win, those things have to start getting better straight away. So disappointed. I think it's a bogey team for us this year. I think we beat them once, and they've had our number. Don't get me wrong, they're a good team, very skilled team, well organised, well coached, and every year, each team has that one bogey team. It was Guildford for us in years past. It's been Belfast, it's been Sheffield. This year it's Nottingham. So I think we're done with them now, and we can focus on putting results right this weekend. Yeah,
and like you say about that second period, though, you did come back fighting, and I thought for a minute we're going to get back into this. Well, we did get back into it. We got those 3 goals. And what do you think, from going back when we're going to the third, then what do you think cost us the most really out of that game?
I mean, the goal that the fourth goal that they scored kind of, we have all the momentum in that second period, and we're playing physical. We get them rattled a little bit. We come back to 3-3, and then for them to score that, it was questionable. I thought Robbie had the puck covered, and there might have been a slight slash in there. But those things happen. Maybe we've had those calls that they happen. So that kind of knocked the wind out of our sails a little bit going into the third. But 1 goal game at home in the third period, you like to think, we spoke about it didn't have to be right away that we scored, establish a good start to the period. And, they hit us with a quick 1-2, and it's 6-3 before you know it. And then again, it's a lot to fight back, and they managed the game quite well from there. So that fourth goal they scored definitely rattled us a little bit. And then they've done it quite a few times this year where they score one, they get a quick one right afterwards, and they've started the third period against us very well this year. So other than that, it's just mistakes that we've got to learn from this late on. Yeah,
it's just a lesson learned, isn't it? Now? And it's time to just move on, and it's on to, is it Glasgow?
Yeah, Glasgow away on Saturday.
And then we've got Dundee at home. So some games where, they're never easy going into, are they? No matter what, people always say no disrespect to other teams below us, but people always think they rub their hands together, don't they? And think, wow, this is Fife, this is Dundee, but anything can happen, can't it? So.
Yeah, definitely. And Glasgow have picked up some real form over the last, especially at home. I'm not sure how many they've won on the bounce now, but again, they've got a lot of talent on their roster and well coached again. So be a tough 2 games this weekend, but we just need to get back into winning ways and trying to be as consistent as we can leading into the last month of the season.
Yeah, definitely. So we can go into your exciting bit now, that the testimony. Are you looking forward to that, are we?
Yeah, definitely. It's there's a lot going on. It's a lot to sort out. I thought it was going to be quite easy, and the committee would handle a lot of it. But it can be a headache at times. But again, it's exciting. I've had tons and tons of support so far from fans, from sponsors. It's been amazing. And obviously the end goal is to put on a good entertainment show for the game and bring some players back and have the fans come out and enjoy some old and familiar faces. But there's some events leading up to it as well. We've got 3 more events booked in where fans can come and kind of mingle with everyone and enjoy themselves. But yeah, you know, I'm very grateful being from Coventry and obviously moving away for 6-7 years, coming back and being able to play 10 years for the team I grew up watching and where I'm from, and having my family and my partner around and stuff. It's I'm very grateful for it.
Yeah, and I think it's great for that community as well, isn't it, with all the people who are living in Coventry, because I'm not from Coventry myself. I live in Tamworth, so it's just about an hour away. But I know a lot of people who are from Coventry are very grateful for it, and they respect the hell out of you. And like you say, 10 years it's been, so that's some time. So what would you say, this could be in a question, so I apologise if someone has put this in the question, sorry, but what would you say your highlight has been so far, you know, in your whole career with the Blaze?
Oh, it's a tough one. Obviously, you know, I've said it in a few interviews and stuff like that. It's I'm a pretty competitive person, and not winning a trophy so far has been quite tough. But just being able to represent the city, obviously being from here, growing up watching the Blaze, you know, watching Neil Martin and those kind of guys who I idolized as a kid, and it didn't really hit me until this year, when you got young kids wearing your jersey on practice and stuff like that. It was like that was me back in a time. So just overall a proud feeling, and having my nephew and my nieces and my whole family coming out to watch me each week. But I mean, hockey wise, we've had some big wins over the past, and being in the playoff final and stuff like that. It's just mad how quick it's gone, to be honest.
Definitely. And this is a question what I wanted to ask, what I've been eager to ask you actually, and I wanted to save this for on camera, because the viewers might not know this as well. But what led you to getting into ice hockey? Because where we live, especially, like, we are surrounded by football, rugby, golf. They are really sports out there in the UK what are more popular, isn't there, than ice hockey, unfortunately. But what led you to want to be, an ice hockey player and, following that path?
Yeah, so I just, for my 7th birthday, my birthday party with my friends from school was just going ice skating. So just my mum took me and a few of my friends ice skating, and really enjoyed it. There was some flyers around the rink about the Blaze, and we ended up watching a game, and I was like, yeah, it's something I want to try. So they had a learn to skate session, kind of what they have now. Got some equipment given to me from under a stool, I think near the Blaze change room. I was using a wooden left-handed stick, but holding it right-handed and stick handling, and I just absolutely loved it. And keeping on that path, I was quite a good footballer as a kid. I played for Cov Academy, and they kind of gave me an ultimatum at a very young age to say it's either football or nothing. So I was like, I love hockey too much, and really, I don't know if I regret that decision now, but no, definitely not. So I just kept on that path, and with the support of my mum and my dad and my nan as well. They helped me get over to Canada and pursued it from there, and that was it. Just never looked back.
That's awesome. And you just touched on about football as well. So you're a Coventry City football fan.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. But you also, are we allowed to say that you also have your soft spot for Liverpool as well?
Yeah. So my first ever football game, my dad took me to Highfield Road to watch Liverpool beat Cov 2-0. I remember it, two headers from a corner from Stefan Onshaw. I still remember it, but I love Coventry from then. I was a big Robbie Keane fan. But then Michael Owen, when he signed and he was a kid for Liverpool, I couldn't go to sleep at night without watching. I put the VCR and to watch Michael Owen's first 100 goals for Liverpool. Had to go to bed every single night, and if it wasn't playing and my dad wasn't turning it off at 2 a.m, there was something wrong when I was asleep. So big Cov supporter, but I'm a huge fan of Liverpool as well.
Oh, that's brilliant, brilliant. So we can't turn you to Aston Villa then?
No, I did. Soft spot for Villa because I kind of like the way they've been playing the last few years. You know, you're a Villa fan, but the rivalry's kind of gone. That
it has.
Villa's been in that top flight for a while. But no, I'm a John McGinn fan. I like Jacob Ramsey. I like Morgan Rogers.
If you want.
yeah. Well, Cov will take him. Yeah, see if Lampard takes him. Ollie Watkins fan, and you know, they got some good players and loyal fan base, so I don't mind Villa at all. Yeah,
they're not too. They're doing all right. I'm a Villa fan, but it's. But like you say, I fell in love with more. I used to watch football all the time. I was obsessed.
Yeah.
As you know, being brought up in the UK, and your family always follow it. Like my dad's a massive Villa fan. And I always used to go, you know, home and away with him. But it was then I just fell in love with hockey.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've told this story, but I had a friend who was over from New York, and he came and stayed over with me, and he really got me into hockey, and that's why I'm a New York Rangers fan.
Yeah.
So that's the question as well, because you're from the UK. Do you follow the NHL?
I do. Yeah, I'm not. I more say I follow certain players that I like to watch, and so those teams I'll watch their highlights and stuff like that when the playoffs are on, definitely. But I'm a Maple Leafs fan. It's just when I was a kid, obviously that first lockout that happened, Wade Belak was here, and there were some Leaf jerseys being sold, and I absolutely loved watching him play and the fights that he had. So I kind of turned into a bit of a Leafs fan from a young age. So love watching, and obviously I went to school with Morgan Riley as well on the Leafs, so I love watching him play, and Austin Matthews, obviously, Nylander. I like watching those guys.
Nylander's brilliant.
Yeah, not great in the playoffs, obviously, but definitely say I'm
like the Rangers at the moment.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
Very tough.
It is tough because those you see it, don't you? Where players change when the pressure's on, and I've seen that with Rangers a few times. And it is a struggle, but you know about it yourself playing, so you know what it's like to be in that position. But in terms of like someone you idolise in the NHL. Who would you say you look up to? Even for your playing style as well, or anything where?
Well, I mean, it used to be obviously Letang, and I used to love watching him play, and Drew Doughty as well.
Yeah.
Most right-handed defensemen with a bit of offensive touch, obviously, over the years. I've obviously lost that offensive touch a little bit, and just trying to concentrate on my own zone and defensive parts of the game, trying to get that sorted. But I definitely say those two. But I mean, my sporting hero, you know, through any sport is Steven Gerrard. He's my favourite player, but person as well. Just an absolute leader. My number was always number 8.
Yeah.
And when I first came back here on a 2-way with Milton Keynes, Blaz Emisic for MK and Ned Lukasevich for the Blaze both wore 8. So. I actually asked Ross Venus, my best friend here, I said to him, I was like, what number do I pick? He was like, well, I'm 59, so just go 58. So that's where I got 58 from.
I think that's a question already in there.
Oh, sorry, who's ever asked that. I apologise.
But that's fine, Yeah. People know now.
Yeah, but Gerrard is just my sporting hero, definitely. But nowadays, currently, I like watching McCarr play. You know, Quinn Hughes as well. Just some of these guys now, like defensemen who can skate the way that they do, and the offensive ability they have. It's insane, actually. So
you mentioned Steven Gerrard there.
Yeah.
I agree. Quality football player.
Yeah,
but the guy's not a manager.
No, he can't manage. No,
at all.
Yeah, but neither could Gretzky in hockey, right? And
nor could Wayne Rooney. Could
yeah, exactly. It just happens.
But it's it's unfortunate because I've always been a Steven Gerrard fan myself. I think he's quality.
Yeah.
And I was really, really happy when he took the job at Villa. When he first took it, I thought, look what he did at Rangers.
Yeah.
And I thought, what could he do at the Villa? Could he change this team into something, you know, special? And he did bring in some talent. Yeah. But he just lost the plot altogether. And look what happened.
Yeah. Not great managing, but as a player and as a leader on the pitch, and the desire and commitment and work rate, that's someone I absolutely loved as a kid.
Yeah, so we know a lot about you around the ice. What is your character like off the ice? What people might want to like, what does David Clements like to do on his day off?
Yeah.
What other things you like to do? Like, do you go out places or anywhere? Because obviously I spoke to the other guys, and I know they like to obviously since they're not from here like yourself, they like to go and visit. And I know, speaking to Mikey Kennedy last week, he seemed really big into his history.
Yeah.
And he said he liked the cathedral here.
Yeah.
He said he's really into that stuff. So it would be interesting to know, obviously being, you know, born and raised around from here, what does David Clements do on his day off?
I'm actually quite a boring person, to be honest. No, obviously I've got a huge family here and I live with my partner. So I'm going to sound like an absolute old man, but we have like a Monday or Friday club at my mum's house or one of my sister's houses. So I just get with the sisters, the nieces, the nephews, the dogs.
You got to have the dogs.
Yeah, got to. So just absolutely love seeing them and spending time with them. Have a cup of tea and chill. On my other days off, you know, when I'm not at the rink or at the gym, it's quite sad actually, but 3 p.m. is lingo, 4 p.m. is deal or no deal, then 5 p.m. is the chase. So it's 3 hours of TV and then I make dinner and then go on a walk, or if I'm not at the golf course or hanging out with the guys, maybe we're playing darts with each other or going to
you like
dinner.
your darts as well?
Yeah, it's just something to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do like playing darts.
You watch it?
Not all the time, no. It's if Littler's playing, I've grown to like him.
I think everybody hasn't they?
Young talent.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
If I'm not playing darts or pool or board games with the guys or having a drink and a meal, I'm just watching Deal or No Deal or The Chase.
Do you watch golf as well?
I do watch golf, yeah. See, I sound like an old man. I'm really boring. But, you know, 30 years old now, it's...
You're making me feel so old.
Yeah, I feel old, to be fair. But back in the, you know, when I was 21, when I first came here, it was more any opportunity I got to go and hang out with the guys and go visit places with them and stuff like that. I feel like I've been there, done that. I'm a really big homebody. Remy, my fiance, she absolutely hates, it's probably a trait she doesn't like about me, is that I just love being at home in my own company. You
know what? I think that. I'm the same. I think that's my age too.
Yeah, but you know, it's a busy, hectic life at times.
Yeah.
When you're on the ice Tuesday to Friday and you're focusing on the weekend, and then you have 2 games, and then you know you have Monday to kind of reset.
Yeah,
I just like being at home. I like to be in my own space with my own thoughts, and it just calms me down a little bit.
Yeah.
So
it's all the travelling you do as well, isn't it? So I can't blame you. I'm the same.
Yeah.
And I think that's my age. You say you're 30, did you say?
Yeah, that's it.
I'm 37 this year. No, I'm 38 this year, I think. that's my
age for you.
That's the age. Yeah. But that's where I can't even remember. I always have to ask my wife, how old am I? It's always, I think that's the age thing. But I don't sit at the downside is I've got ADHD, so I'm always talking, where I can't sit still and watch, was it Deal or No Deal?
Deal or No Deal, The Chase, have to.
Do you watch Pointless?
I'm not a fan of Pointless.
Yeah, me neither. Not because as I came out the arena last night, and I've got a few Panthers fans, and as I was leaving, one of the Panthers fans, their little boy had a little drum. Yeah. And as I was coming out, they thought I was a player at first, and started getting the drum out. Yeah. And I said, no, it's only me, me. And then one of the guys come up to me and said, do you watch Pointless? And I was like, I know where this is going. And he said, you should do, because you've got none this weekend.
Oh, cheers, mate. I was like, Thank you. Yeah.
Cheers for that.
Yeah, I don't like Pointless anyway.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
But no, in terms of like other sports then, so you say golf, football, you got your ice hockey. Is there anything else that people don't know what else you like? I
love cricket. I play cricket in the summer for a team in Off-Church. Oh, wow. Just on a Sunday, it's just literally...
You're definitely proving the age.
Yeah, I just get together with some old boys, a couple of young ones as well. We're just really tight-knit group at Off-Church, and just go and spend 6 hours in the sun on a Sunday and play some cricket. I absolutely love cricket. So if you
watch that as well?
I do when England's playing Test. I like Test. I'm boring. I can spend 5 days watching them play, to draw. I don't mind it. Anything else? If I'm not playing golf and not watching sport on the TV, just probably scrolling through TikTok. I can't go on social media too much. Over the years, it's kind of driven me to some low points, some good points, but low points as well. So, you know, especially after this weekend, notifications pop up. It's just not something I'm clicking on social media. So
you don't need to either.
No.
You don't need it.
No.
But it's one of those, isn't it? It's like we say, that we just move on, don't we, from this weekend.
100%.
That's all we can do. And it is disappointing from, you know, from even you playing, from the fans, but it is just about moving on from it now and just doing what we can and focusing on getting towards the playoffs, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%.
And then that's back at the Motorpoint Arena, isn't it?
Yes, of course.
We've got to start trying to get a win.
Yeah, yeah, we will. I'm not sure if it's the team or the building or what, but I'm sure we'll
There's
get there.
There's something bogey about it, isn't it?
Yeah, it definitely.
But what I'm going to do then is, because I know I've asked quite a lot of questions, I think it's only fair that the fans have asked questions.
Yeah.
All I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to pull them out the hat.
Yeah.
And I'll get you to, and if you want to read it out and answer it yourself, I just feel like these are your questions.
Okay.
There's some in there what we might have already answered.
Yeah.
So whenever you're ready, we'll pick one at a time.
Let's have a look. Let's hope they're PG.
I hope so.
Favorite goal of the season so far? So is this for me or that someone has scored?
I think that'd be for you.
For me, I think I've only scored like 4 or 5.
You've got some special ones in there, though.
I'm trying to think. Oh, well, yeah, of course. Last week, game winner against Cardiff.
That would be my one if I had to pick one for you.
Yeah, it's Cardiff is always a rink that I've played relatively well in, and you know, we've obviously had a bit of history with that team as well. So to be 3-1 down, and you know, it's with a lot of GB people there too. It's it was just good for me to score that goal and get on the board and come away with a win afterwards. So I'd definitely say that goal.
I definitely agree because, like, was that the game when we were 7 seconds in?
Yes.
And we were 1-0 down.
Yeah.
And then we thought, oh, here we go.
Yeah, I was on the bench and we kind of looked around and we were like, we're fine. Like, let's just go.
Just keep going. It's only 7 seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, that would, if I had to choose a goal, that would be my favourite. I think so far, that alongside, who was it against? Who did the old? I can't remember
who I've scored against.
You did the one where...
Cardiff again at home. That one...
Was that the one when the goalie was... You scored one when there was a goalie pulled as well.
Oh, that was first game of the season again.
Yeah, it was.
Glasgow, yeah.
Yeah. That was a good goal.
Yeah, enjoyed that.
But then I think out of everyone who scored this season, I think my favourite was the one against Cardiff. But then, who was it? Was it Rigish? He scored the that classic.
Oh yeah, it went on the left penalty box wing and cut in, toe drag. Yes, top shelf. Yeah,
that I think those two are my favourite. But then I thought Zach's goal last night. Was unbelievable as well. Yeah. And that came out of nowhere. But we were all there just going, "Can you just shoot? Just shoot?
Yeah, just somebody shoot.
Just someone shoot, please." Yeah. Right anyway, next one.
Okay. Ooh, yeah, one. Let's see.
I'm glad it was my wife who wrote these because you wouldn't be able to read my handwriting.
That's something we spoke about earlier. If you could design your own testimonial jersey, what would it look like? So I can't give too much away until they come out, but it kind of explain one jersey. I'm a huge fan of the sky blue colours.
Yeah.
You know, when we've worn the Challenge Cup jerseys in the past, obviously I'm a Sky Blues fan.
Yeah.
When I think of Coventry, I think of Sky Blue.
Yeah.
So one of those jerseys will be, you know, Sky Blue. The design themselves, I'm kind of working on it at the minute. They should be done pretty soon here.
Awesome.
Obviously with the logo, yeah, there'll be some cool things on it. I can't give too much away.
I don't want
the colours are big
as well.
The colours are a big surprise anyway. I'm not sure Craig will like me saying that, but it's my testimonial anyway. So
it's yours. You've got to enjoy it, mate. So
too right.
But no, I think everyone's looking forward to that. So I don't want you to give anything. You can't give anything away, but I don't want you to. Because it'll be a nice little surprise. For everybody.
For sure.
But when we're talking about jerseys, though, actually, the jersey last night, I think that's beautiful.
Yeah, me too.
I was lucky to get my hands on one.
Yeah.
And it was very moving, weren't we? I think something we need to mention, really, saying it was very moving. It was a beautiful start to the game, and I think it was a lovely tribute. So I wanted to mention that in there, that I think it's something special to everybody's heart here. Yeah,
he was an amazing person. I met him when I was 18, working on the Best of British Hockey camps, and we were really good friends for for the 10, 11 years that we knew each other. And it's just it's awful. It's awful what's happened, but he brought so much joy into people's lives and mine as well. And it's not fitting, but it kind of is this weekend. He was, he absolutely idolized Danny Stewart as a person and as a friend, and Stewie bringing him in and giving him the opportunity that he got as a coach. And I think he was looking down on the Blaze as well, but Danny Stewart is one of his closest people in his life. So big shout out to Keno. He's amazing. And again, like you said, those jerseys
were beautiful.
Yeah,
and
nice
I'm so honoured that I managed to get my hands on one, because it was absolutely beautiful. I think it was probably by far one of my favourite jerseys this season.
Me too.
We've had some really decent ones this season, but that for me stood out the most. And I wish we could wear that now. If it was me personally, I'd say could we wear that and honour him in every game this season, just to keep it going, keep it rolling, because that was beautiful.
Yeah, so, I agree. I agree.
There you go, mate.
Let's see what else we got in here. Who would play you in a movie?
We always get this question in. Everyone's answered this, and it's been really difficult. Mikey's one was brilliant.
I did watch that actually, and I was like, oh wow, that is
everyone gets accurate. That question asked. Everybody wants to know, because it all started from Grayson. Because obviously his sticky he got for Top Gun, and I was like, brilliant. And then everyone then was like, I want to see what everyone else says on that. So everyone keeps saying to me, put that one back in there. It's a tough one though.
It is tough.
That's a tough one. Mikey just rolled off it. He was like, yeah I know.
I don't know. I mean, if Marcus Mumford could act, maybe him, but he's not an actor. He's a musician. I love Mumford and Sons too. I've had that comparison a few times.
It's not a bad
I don't know. You got any ideas? I'm not sure. Tough. I want to know if they're bad or not. I can't think.
It's a tough one, isn't it?
I'd have to. You guys let me know.
Leave in the comments, everybody, what you think. Yeah, definitely.
I'm not sure on that.
We'll move on from that one. That is a tough one.
What does your pre-game routine look like?
Good question.
So it depends, honestly. So normally on a Saturday away game, wake up, Remy, shout out to her. She always makes me a coffee, and I have that in bed. That's nice. But my nieces and nephews play on football teams. So if I've got enough time before the bus leaves, and I've got enough time, I'll go and watch them play, whether it's one half or two halves, just to get outside and get moving a little bit. And then I just have as big of a meal as I possibly can, about 6 hours before the game.
What meal would that be?
So I just have, a lot of eggs on sourdough, some avocado.
I think the wife would like that.
Yeah, some hash brown, just as much food as I possibly can. I've tried like the pasta and the chicken and other things, and it's very mental. Some games I've played okay, some games I haven't. I feel heavy and stuff like that. So I feel like with the eggs and the avocado and sourdough and stuff, and put some hot sauce on there, just a bit weird combinations. But I eat as much as I can then, and then go on the bus, and I'll have a snack about 2-3 hours before the game. And when I'm at the rink, I don't like doing my off-ice warm-up until, what would it be? It would be half an hour before the actual on-ice warm-up. So I'll have 10 minutes of my off-ice warm-up, and then I have to do my skates up 10 minutes before on-ice warm-up. And then, other than that, I'm not really too superstitious. Home games is a bit different, depending on what time you get home. I'll wake up, probably eat straight away, because it's a quick turnaround. And then I don't like being at the rink too early. Get in there, take my stick, do what I need to, chill, have a coffee, get fluids in me. I'm not too superstitious.
That's not bad. It's nice and chilled.
Yeah, very, very
just like
chilled.
Sounds just right about you, doesn't it?
Be boring. Sorry.
Be boring.
Sorry for that.
It's all good.
Let's see. I've ripped off. What do you admire most in? Sorry, I've ripped that off. Oh no. Let's see what I can do here.
Sellotape.
Oh, what do you admire most in others? Okay, so is this about teammates or?
Yeah, we'll go teammates.
Teammates. You know, you play on a lot of I've played on a lot of teams, and you always have, you know, you always come across one or two that can potentially be bad eggs, whether in the room, on the ice, stuff like that. I think what I admire about everyone in our dressing room this year is just the person that they are. They're all really, really good people. You know, we all get along with each other. We're all very close knit. On the ice as well, you know, whether a guy makes a mistake or scores, everyone's always picking each other up. And then just the work ethic and, you know, the commitment and the buy-in that they brought into the city, the organisation, the fan events, everything. Everyone's kind of bought in. So, and that's everyone collectively. There's not just one or two people that go above and beyond more than others. You know, all the older guys, all the rookies, they've all bought in and been amazing this year.
Brilliant.
So, yeah, Kev's picked a good group of people for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah.
We love Kev.
Yeah, we do. Let's see. I'm trying not to rip this one in half.
That's all right.
If you weren't playing ice hockey, what would you be doing? So I have this thought in my head. I just don't know what I'm going to do after hockey. I'm not sure. If my dream, I don't know, if I weren't a professional golfer, I'd love to be a musician. I love the guitar, and
you play the guitar then?
I've got one. Remy doesn't like me playing it because I'm terrible, so she'll tell me to stop. I'd love to be able to learn properly how to play the guitar. But no, I think anything to do with more realistically, I'm not going to be a musician. But
not joining Mumford and Sons.
No, I'd love to. Again, I'd absolutely love to. If I could play the guitar like him, I'd be set. I think maybe anything to do with coaching, maybe. You know, it's something I've thought about. Maybe I can get into. Over the years, I've kind of, you know, understood the game a bit more from, you know, a bench perspective, and maybe what other teams are doing, stuff like that. So I think potentially coaching could be in the cards at some point. Not sure on that one yet, but I'd have to say coaching.
So maybe if we looked about it next season, then
if the offer was there, then potentially,
So
definitely.
Kev, if you're watching this, get this man on the bench more. Get him coaching.
I did go on the bench with Kevin for that Manchester game where I hurt my ankle. And you can ask Kevin yourself. It's probably my first and last time he'd want me on the bench. I couldn't keep my mouth shut, like shouting at the refs, shouting at their players.
It's a learning curve, isn't it?
Kev has to come up to me once a game and come into my ear and grab me on the shoulders and say, "Okay, that's your first and that's your last time you're allowed to shout now." So I get a bit of a telling off from Kev most games, but I think he's come to realise that my heart's in the right place, but I don't want to. He doesn't want me to harm the team of maybe getting power plays and stuff like that. But on the bench, I was a bit of a nightmare shouting at the referees, and he had to come up to me and tell me to tone it down a couple of notches.
Could this be a trade-off, really? Well,
yeah.
Zach might start playing again.
Yeah.
And then you take his place.
If he wants me to trade places, potentially, but I think Kev would rather Zach on the bench than me, 100%.
Again, a lesson learned.
Yeah, 100%.
There you go, buddy. You've got a few more.
That's the label of the hat. Yeah. Let's see. Who has made you laugh the most of your teammates, past and present? Oh, I've had some really funny people over the years. Johnny Curran is definitely up there as one of the funniest people. Andrew Johnston as well, an absolute hilarious person. This year, I mean, Zach Heinz is an absolute character, and so is Mike Kennedy as well. Absolute characters.
I can believe since I spoke to him.
Yeah, it's if Zach's not singing and in the dressing room and dancing, then Mike's doing movie quotes and all sorts. They're hilarious together. But Johnny Curran, if you can ever talk to that guy, he's got.
I'd love to.
Yeah,
I'd love to get him on the podcast.
He's an absolute.
He's a hard man to get a hold of. Actually, I find I've been trying to.
Yeah.
I think I have reached out to him actually.
Yeah,
but he hasn't got back to me. So
I'll tell him. I'll tell him. He's absolutely hilarious. He's very witty, quick with his answers, and
yeah, I'd love the opportunity.
Doesn't mind chirping. I think he was on the. He was speaking to Ed Kimberley and he mentioned about Ed's mustache straight away for start of the
Everyone's giving him stick about that mustache, aren't they?
Yeah, Ed, if you're watching as well, that mustache needs to go. But yeah, I'd say Johnny, and then if you can get Zach Heinz on as well, he's an absolute character.
Yeah, definitely, he's definitely on the horizons for it. I think we've got. Actually, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not giving anything away who I've got next. I like to surprise people.
Yeah, definitely.
I have got some ideas.
Good.
There you go, mate. One.
First gig you went to.
Oh, that's a good one.
And favourite, I'm terrible at doing this. Favourite musical artist now. So the first gig I went to was Linkin Park in Birmingham. My dad took me to see Linkin Park. That was amazing concert. I loved Linkin Park back when I was younger. Favorite artist right now, it's a tough one. Obviously Zach Bryan is big. I'm a big Sam Fender fan. But if I have to pick one album that I could probably listen to on repeat forever. Oh, I've covered the mic there. It'd be Every Kingdom by Ben Howard. I'm a huge Ben Howard fan. Again, boring. Him and a guitar, very boring. So, but yeah, first gig was amazing. Last gig I went to was Chris Stapleton as well in Birmingham. He was incredible. So
awesome. That's some pretty good ones actually.
Yeah.
They're not boring.
No, not boring. Not too old.
There you go.
Ooh, what we got here? It's a big one. Let's see. Who has had the strangest pre-game routine you've seen? Oh, easy. Danny Cristo last year.
Oh, okay.
He'd have a toothbrush in his wash bag where he'd brush his teeth when he got there. He'd have to clip his fingernails at the rink before every game. And then he'd have to be wearing his Crocs, just walking around doing his thing. So that one. But then this year, actually, Cam Gray, when he was here.
Okay.
I remember where I warm up behind our goal. I do some stuff behind the goal there. And I was trying to do my stuff and I turn around and Cam Gray is lying down asleep. I'm not sure if he was meditating or visualizing or what he was doing, but he had his eyes closed and he did not move for 10, 15 minutes. And I was like, I've never seen
alive?
that. Yeah. I was like, we're playing in 20 minutes. You want to get up? But I'd say, Danny Cristo, that was strange, brushing your teeth and chopping fingernails. I've never seen something like that before, yeah.
Oh, I wish I got him on the podcast. I'd have to get him on there.
Yeah. What we got? Who are you most looking forward to playing with against in your testimonial match?
Oh, that's a really good one.
Yeah. Well, again, we haven't announced enough people for me to give it away. I guess I could give some people away, or maybe one. But Justin Hamannick coming back is defensive defenseman, like as good and solid and consistent as they came. So I haven't seen him in a few years now. So to reunite with him and his partner Jenna as well. Yeah. Really excited for him to come back, and obviously Nathaniel Halbert too. I think Blaze fans will enjoy seeing him back on the ice.
Of course.
And then I can't remember who else I've announced. Pavel Holzer as well as a goalie.
Everyone's looking forward to that.
Yeah, see some Supermans out of him and stuff like that.
We've agreed to actually get him on the podcast.
Oh, good.
Because we're trying to work something out because it's your special day. We're trying to work something out around that. Yeah. Where we can try and get some Q&As maybe after the game. Yeah, if definitely. It's possible, just to get the buzz keep going. That'd be, I can't wait.
Yeah, no, there'll be some more people being announced too. you know, present and past as well.
Yeah.
So when they get announced, the next person to be announced, you'll enjoy. I'm looking forward to seeing him again. He's a character. So
yeah.
But yeah, I'd say Hammer for sure. Hammer's a great guy.
I think we've only got 2 left.
2 left. Okay.
2 left.
Let's have a look at that one. What we got? Dream line of players, past or present.
Yeah, we've had that one before.
So a starting 5 that I've played with. That's tough. Seeing goal, I'd either go with Robson or Brian Stewart. First year, Brian Stewart. But Robson, when he's on, he's kept us in a lot of games this year.
Yeah.
Defenseman. This is actually really tough. I'll probably pair up Hammer and Halby together. They worked really, really well together. Love watching them play. Forward line, oh God. That's really tough again. I mean, Ben Lake in that first season, in that second season he played with us, was incredible. Top point scorer in the league, I'm pretty sure. And he's an all-rounded player as well. I think he could score and he could assist, but he wasn't afraid of hitting guys and fighting as well. So I think he was a really well-rounded player. I feel bad for not picking my Brits, but that's just too easy. I'm trying to think back on years now. Trying to think back on who would have been around. Maybe Yanni Lackinen. I just think if obviously we got him towards the end of his career, but still then when he was moving around in his vision and how he could pass and set people up, like that year he had with Ferrara on his line, and it was fun to watch. And then as a right winger, I don't know, there's been a lot. I mean, Reegs is great for us this year. He's more of a sentiment, but been playing on the wing too. I feel like I've missed loads of people out, and the fans are going to be absolutely bombarded.
So they can leave more comments and say, "You forgot this person."
Yeah, I forgot this one. Maybe I'll go with Feds, Luke Ferrara as a winger. I think if those 3 are on the line together, I think they'd cause some problems back in the day. So awesome, go with that.
We have got, I think it's one more. Is it one more?
Could be the label.
Could be the label. I'm going to go with that last one, I think.
Yes.
Sure it is.
Yes.
Yeah, it is.
One thing we don't know about David Clements.
You know what? What a great one to end it on.
Yeah.
Even though we've just said, apparently you're boring.
Yeah. Oh, God.
But that's a really good one to end it on.
I don't know. I'm trying to...
It's a skill we don't know about.
I don't have many of those either. No skills. I'm sorry, you might have to edit the silence out. It could be a while here. I'm trying to...
Not a circus act. Lucci likes to juggle, apparently.
Oh, I can't do that.
No,
I cannot do that. Trying to think what would be relatively
maybe your guitar skills coming on. Something that people didn't know about.
That will be in the future, hopefully, if I'm allowed to keep playing it. I'm so sorry.
It's going to come out one moment later.
Yeah, an eternity later. Let's see.
Whoever put that question in, thanks.
Yeah, you've absolutely stunned me. Trying to think. Maybe going back to family again. 7 sisters.
Wow.
Yeah, 7 sisters. Big family. Not from the same mum and same dad, but we're all very count ourselves as close siblings. So maybe that. Or actually, I'm a gardener as well in the summer. If you want your grass cutting or your hedges,
I'll definitely be calling you.
Yeah, if you need any grass cutting or your hedges being trimmed or anything like that.
Is that what you like to do in the summer then?
Yeah, so Remy's stepdad has his own business, and in the summer I just love being out on the just pushing a mow around for 7 hours a day. I actually really enjoy it. It just keeps me outside and keeps me busy and I'm not up to no good doing nothing. Yeah, it keeps me active and get into a good routine, so I actually really enjoy it.
Green fingers then?
Yes, always when I'm not, especially when it's wet. It's horrible.
Awesome. That will do for this episode. Again, appreciate everything and good luck for the rest of the season.
I appreciate thanks for having me on.
I really enjoyed it. And also, get your merch.
Yes, please.
Get your merch.
Yes, please.
And tickets are on sale, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
They're still on sale. So get your tickets, get your merch, and it'll be a great day, won't it?
Yeah, it's going to be fun. A lot more people to announce and some fun events coming up too. Obviously, we got the dinner in 2 weeks today and some really good raffle prizes coming up. We've got frame Neil Martin shirt, Jody Lehman signed stick, Dan Carlson signed stick, some more jerseys, sticks, stuff like that. So lots of fun things being auctioned and raffled off throughout the night, and get to eat with some of the guys too. So book on if you can. Yeah, it'll be fun.
I think we tried to book on, so I'm waiting for my reply to say,
brilliant.
I'm on or not.
You will be. Yeah, so there's still plenty of spaces.
I have put my name down. I'm just waiting for my reply. So fingers crossed.
Awesome.
Cheers.